Have you ever seen someone with a cochlear implant? If so, you might have mistaken it for a hearing aid or not have known what it was at all. Cochlear implants are much different than hearing aids. Hearing aids are speakers inside the ear canal that amplify sound. They are used for people with mild to moderate hearing loss. Cochlear implants are used for people with sensorineural hearing loss or hearing loss that affects the inner ear. Hearing loss to this level can be caused by many things, including illnesses such as meningitis, birth defects, or damage to the head. While many believe that deaf people are born to deaf parents, only 10% of deaf people are born to deaf parents. Most people with cochlear implants have hearing parents and live outside of the deaf community. The cochlear implant is a great example of how important biomedical engineering is and how it can change people's lives.
To understand how a cochlear implant works, we have to understand how hearing ears work first. The outer ear is what we can see and what we call our ears. The shape of our ears funnels the sound waves into the ear canal to our eardrum using kinetic energy. It hits our eardrum and converts the energy into mechanical energy by vibrating the eardrum, causing a chain reaction where each of the 3 bones in our ears hit each other until it reaches the cochlea. Once it hits the cochlea, the fluid inside moves to the vibrations and activates the thousands of tiny hair-like nerve endings inside that send the signals to our brain and turns the mechanical energy into chemical energy. Now that we know what our ears do normally, we can look at how a cochlear implant works. This is what a cochlear implant looks like from the outside. The part that hooks onto the ear is the microphone and speech processor. The microphone picks up the sounds of the environment and the speech processor arranges the sounds. Then it is sent to the circular part that sticks to the skull with a magnet. This is the transmitter that sends it to the other side of the skull where the rest of the implant is located. Beneath the skull is the receiver and stimulator that converts these signals from the transmitter to electric impulses that our brain can read. It is then sent to the electrode array that is inside the cochlea that sends the electric impulses directly to the brain. We can see that the implant bypasses the normal process of how we hear by sending the information to the brain without the use of mechanical energy.
Patients must endure intensive therapy to understand what they are hearing and how to differentiate sounds. They can't hear the same as hearing people, but they can learn what different things sound like to them. Cochlear implants have only been available to adults since 1984 and children since 1990. While they are looked down upon in the deaf community, cochlear implants have changed the field of otology and audiology, as it is the first effective treatment for people with severe hearing loss.